I've been getting sales in one of the most competitive niches on Etsy, and here's how you can break through the Etsy niches that you want to most. Hi people, welcome back if you're one of the OGs, and if you're not, don't worry, it's not too late to be an OG, so welcome to you too. I haven't yet spilled the details on my Etsy shop, but today we're gonna get a little sneak peek because I'm gonna be letting you know that I'm selling in a very popular niche on Etsy, and that niche is the bachelorette niche. I was able to start selling in this niche as a brand new Etsy seller that opened up her shop back in March of this year, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 methods of how you can do the exact same. Alright, so the first method that helped me get sales in a saturated niche on Etsy was to choose a less saturated product type. A lot of the popular niches, like the bachelorette niche I'm in, go quickly to selling mugs and cups or t-shirts and other types of apparel, which of course work, but there's also demand for other products that are less saturated. As a brand new shop, less saturated product types might be where you want to be, because in this method, your product type is your way in. To put this method into action, I did some deep diving into my niche and figured out what product types are less popular but are still high demand within my niche. I would even go into Printify's catalog and see what items were popular there and seeing if there's any demand for it in the niche I'm in. When I would go to launch those listings, my listings weren't competing with hundreds and thousands of other listings, but a few thousand, and that made a big difference. But yeah, when it comes to a less saturated product type, you'd be surprised how many gaps there are in Etsy where there is really a very high search. People are looking for a certain product type and there aren't as much sellers selling. So I want you to know that in the niches you're looking for, there is space. You just have to search for it and try looking at different product types that are still in demand. The second method that helped me get sales in such a competitive niche on Etsy was choosing a less saturated design style. Right now on Etsy, especially niches like mine, you'll see people use the exact same design style. The same font, the same colors, the same layout. And while that might be what's trending, what's popular, what people like, that just means that your listing is going to look exactly like everybody else's. And if you're a new shop without a bunch of reviews or sales yet, that's going to put you at a big disadvantage. Your listing is going to look identical to everybody else's, and you're going to have a hard time standing out or giving somebody a reason to click your listing over others. So for this method, that's why your design style becomes your way in. For my niche, instead of using like the clean, neutral, or minimal aesthetic that I would always see in all the listings, I tried doing some other design styles that were less expected, but would still be appealing for my target audience. Now, to put this into play, I would look for different design inspiration from different places. Sometimes I'd browse Pinterest and look at and pin some listings where there is maybe a graphic I like or a layout. Other times I would go on Etsy itself, but look at different types of listings, whether it's invitations or wall art or clothing. I would then just ask myself if I can see any components of those design styles that I could bring into my own listings for my niche. I would even get inspired by what I'd see in real life. I would be driving and see a graphic on someone's shirt or see a sign that I love their color combinations, anything that I could see that's different from the norm that I can maybe pull into my listing. Anything that I hadn't seen done repeatedly in my niche. I would even get inspired by what I would see in real life. I'd be driving and I'd see a graphic on someone's shirt, I'd see a color combination on a sign that I think looked good, and I would do whatever I can to bring those different components into my listing design. Then I would apply those different design styles to the same product types and same keywords that are already working and trending. Just now, my listing comes with a different visual approach, one that maybe they haven't seen before. This gave my listings a much better chance at catching someone's eye, and even though I didn't have the reviews or have the sales yet, I noticed myself starting to get clicks and favorites and eventually sales because my design didn't blend in with the rest. So if you ever feel like your niche is oversaturated, try looking for a different design style that you can bring into your niche. And you can do this without reinventing the wheel. All you gotta do is take design inspiration from elsewhere and bring that to your niche. The third method that started getting me sales in a competitive niche on Etsy was jumping on trending keywords and phrases like as soon as possible. Trends on Etsy can move very quickly. You will notice that there are keywords or phrases or themes that pop up on Etsy, and if you wait too long to act on it, the market will get very saturated very quickly, and at that point it's going to be a low chance or a lower chance for your products to get seen. So with this method, I would focus on being the first one to show up when a new keyword or phrase is popping up or it's up and coming or might be recirculating. The metric that you're focusing on here is high search, but high search that is very recent. And to get this data, I would use a couple different research tools such as Everbee or eRank. I would use eRank a lot to get an idea of what keywords were trending, what was being searched a lot. And I would also start looking at upcoming holidays and occasions to see if trends from last year might be recirculating the same time this year. This would give me a head start into seeing what people might be searching very, very soon. Another space I would try to look at is in real life or on other social media platforms to see what might be trending or might be coming up that I could apply to my niche. The big goal here is to be as early as possible with as many quality listings as possible before some of the bigger stores take over or some stores that are just faster at listing. So even when I didn't have any reviews or sales yet, having that trending keyword early on really helped me get some traction because I was one of the only places that these customers could get this phrase or theme. And for those of you who are really ready and really committed to penetrate into the niche that you truly desire to be in, here's my bonus tip that I will preach forever and forever. And my tip is to mix and match or layer 2 of these methods together. Each of these methods can for sure be used on their own, and I use them individually all the time. But if you really need that push and power behind your listings, sometimes it can come from layering 2 of these methods together. This can look like combining a trending keyword with the less saturated product type, or another is a less saturated design style with the less saturated product type. In both these ways, you're still selling what people are searching, but combining both of these aspects, there's less competition for you. My most sold listing to this day is a listing where the keyword was highly searched with not as much competition, and it was a less saturated product type. And then the design style is one I kind of came up with by myself that I thought looked good. So customers found my listing because it was a highly searched keyword. There was less competition because it was a less saturated product type. And they purchased from me because my design style was more unique to what's out there. Okay, people, the group chat is officially open down below. So leave a message and I will reply. Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can figure this out together. I've got you. Also, if you want to see how these methods played out for me, check out this video where I share my first 3 months on Etsy as a beginner starting in 2025. I share my Etsy dashboard, the lessons I learned, and everything in between. Bye, people.